To do well at the VCE role, you need to understand what the assessors will be looking for. So overall, there's three things that they are going to look for. And the first one is communication. That is your ability to maintain and advance the conversation with them. The clarity of your expression, the way that you interact with them, and also your repair strategies. Now, of course, there's no point to communicate if there's not content. So that's the second thing. With the content, they will look at the relevance and the range of the information that you will provide in the conversation. Okay? Now, relevance, that means that you're actually discussing and answering their questions. And the range of information, well, that's how developed your answers will be. Now, there's no communication or content without language, and language is the third thing. Now, here we talk about accuracy and range, both for the grammar and the vocabulary that you will use. Now, with the language, there's a few tips that I can give you. So the first one, you need to understand that range and accuracy, there are two different criteria. So they will look at the range of vocab, the range of grammar, the accuracy of your vocab, and the accuracy of your grammar. So you need to understand that if you choose to play it safe, that is to think, okay, I'm going to use a simple language that I know I can use accurately, well, you will get points for accuracy, but not so many for the range. Whereas if you try to use a lot of grammar and make some mistakes, you will get more points for the range and of course some points for the accuracy. So playing it safe may not be the best strategy always. Now with the accuracy, how can you achieve accuracy? Really, it depends on you, on how much work you put in, on how much you practice, you repeat, you learn, and you do exercises. Okay, that's my advice to you. Work. Now, how can you improve the range of grammar? There's a few things that you should consider for your role. And the first one is that really what you're doing during this role is to demonstrate your ability to speak French, your language skills. And you need to show as much as you can, all that you can do. So the first thing will be to use as many tenses as you can. Now, a good way to do this is to use the C clauses, because in one sentence, you've got two tenses, okay? So that's quite good. The next thing, and I think this is more or less expected, would be to use the direct and the indirect object pronouns. So, for example, je vais à la piscine, j'y vais. Vous faites du sport? Oui, j'en fais. Vous jouez d'un instrument? Oui, je joue de la guitare. Okay? All this is probably something that you need to know well. Something even better would be to be able to use some relative pronouns such as dont, laquelle, auquel, and so on. Okay? That would be sort of a help you shine. And the last thing, please use a few subjunctive if you can. Okay? This will be the icing on the cake, sort of. Now, one thing that you need to remember, although you're demonstrating your language skills during this role, do not overdo it. So you don't have to have two relative pronouns per sentence. You don't have to have a subjunctive in every second sentence, okay? Remember that the language has some simple sentences and more complex sentences.